Alright, so this is me starting back up again because my last live stream has just crashed. So hopefully people will find me again. We've just done a question on how to progress from a Romanian deadlift to a deadlift. So the next question I'm going to come on to is from Roxy, who is someone who's been watching for a while, and she's left a few questions. I used to have straps, so I have to use straps for deadlifts since fractured and got tendon damage in my finger. So does it really make any difference with wraps? I can deadlift short reps, but when going longer sets, I can deadlift short reps, but when going longer, use wraps. Does it make any difference? So this kind of comes at quite good timing actually, because I've just had a call with someone who does my online course, and as part of the online course, everyone gets they get a group weekly Zoom call with myself, and she mentioned on the call last week that she has just bought some straps and has just started using them. And the thing that prompted her to get it was she didn't have an injury as such, but she had started to find that she was upping her weight with the deadlift, and she couldn't lift with. She could lift the deadlift, but she was getting to a point where her grip would give out before the strength in her legs gave out. So she wasn't actually achieving what she wanted to achieve, was to build a deadlift strength, because her grip kept giving out. So I suggested at one point that she might want to consider getting some straps, as well as working on the grip strength. And she eventually got some straps, used them, and for anyone who doesn't know what they are, they're kind of these straps that kind of go around the wrist, they loop round, and then it leaves a kind of trail of a strap behind, and that trail you can wrap round the bar and then grip it. And then what it does is, as you grip it, it also creates tension on the strap that loops around your wrist. So rather than having all the weight kind of coming on your fingers, and if the fingers start to lose grip, then the bar slips out, you've got the tension created on here that pulls on the wrist, so it shares the load. So she started using those. She said she did have to watch a few YouTube videos to really get the confidence on how to do it, because the problem is, once you've got one strap on, you've then got to get the other strap round the bar and turn it round and get that to grip, but you can't use this hand to help because that's already on and secured in place. So it's doable, but there's a bit of technique to it, so it's worth watching some videos if you've got straps but you just don't know how to use them. Then what you can so she started to use them, and she noticed a difference straight away, that she could get to the end of a set using her straps and doing deadlifts, and she was finding that her grip wasn't giving up, but also her legs weren't giving up to fatigue within the reps that she was trying to do either. And she told me, which is pre-using the straps, she was on limited at 60 kilograms for a deadlift, and now with using the straps, she's now at 80 kilograms for her last session, and she feels confident that she could do 85 kilograms next week. And it's also crossed a really a kind of mark that she wanted to get to with her, is the fact that she is now deadlifting more than she weighs, which is something she couldn't do because of her grip strength before, and now she is able to do more than that. So yeah, the short answer there to your question, Roxy, is yes, straps can have a really big difference, because it allows you to target the muscles that you're actually trying to target and some of the exercises you're going to use. So what she also said, that she's used the straps for bent over rows, so single arm bent over row where you're holding a dumbbell, and again it was a grip that was really letting out before her kind of arm muscles, so now she's kind of getting the aches in the places she would expect to get the aches. The other one was a carrying based exercises. She is able to lift more weight and find that she's really challenging her body and her balance more than she was before. So it can just be for other exercises, anywhere where you feel your grip is giving out, it's worth potentially using it to see if you're you can actually get the muscles you're supposed to target in those exercises. The only thing I would say there is, obviously you've mentioned since you fractured and you've got tendon damage, and I don't know enough about your specific case to know whether you're ready to start lifting heavy with grip and things, and if you've got any doubts about that and you're not sure whether it's safe to do so yet, then if it's relatively a recent thing, then it's worth speaking to your physio or specialist or the fracture clinic that was involved in that. But yeah, if it's a long-standing thing, it's just that you've now, after the recovery of any kind of fracture around the wrist or any tendon damage or tendonitis or anything along those lines, you often get left with a bit of residual weakness. So that can then limit your progress with those other lifts. But then I would also say, if you're getting any reduction in grip strength on any exercise and that fatigues earlier than the muscles we're trying to target, I think I have frozen it. Oh no, here we go. Then I would suggest you need to do some exercises to work on grip strength. So that kind of brings us on to my next question is, do lifting straps make any difference? Sorry, we've done that one. How can I improve my grip strength? So I'm just going to make sure I've got nothing else open that's slowing my computer down. The first thing I would probably look at is we want to look at whether my computer's frozen. I apologise for anyone watching because it's the second time now. I'm just shutting down everything else to see if that helps. What you can get is these grip strength dynamometers. So what they're really good at is being able to give you a measurement of your peak force you can do with your grip. So I think I might have to give up on this live stream for today. What I'll do is I'll do a separate video on grip strength and how to improve it, because actually if I do it in the gym where I've got all the weights available to me, so in the next few days I will do another either live stream or recorded video on grip strength, and hopefully I'm not having the same computer issues at that point. So yeah, if you're watching, apologise in advance. If you're watching the recording and if you've got any questions about anything, please do send me either leave a comment or send me an email, chris@christileyphysiotherapy.com. But for now, we'll leave that there, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 12 o'clock.